Breaking news. This is happening in DEVORE. This is the fire out there that's been burning now since about 10:30 this morning, but it really exploded in size right around the 12 o'clock hour here. We've been monitoring the situation for the last hour or so. We do know that evacuation orders have been placed for several areas. Now we understand they've added Lytle Creek to that list. So evacuation orders now are in place for Lytle Creek. Also, a smoke advisory is in effect. As you heard our photojournalist Scott Moulton just a short time ago, he did sound a little bit out of breath. I can only imagine with the heat and the smoke, things are pretty bad out there. Yeah,
the other evacuated orders areas that you mentioned, Juan, in addition to Lytle Creek, the West Cajon Valley, mandatory evacuations. Highway 2 to I-15, mandatory evacuations. Also, as Juan mentioned, the Lytle Creek area now under mandatory evacuations. Left side of your screen, we just showed you the traffic out there. That's because the I-15 has been closed, northbound and southbound. Oak Hills all the way to DEVORE. Additionally, Highway 138 is closed from Highway 2 to Interstate 15. And the right side of your screen, that cargo train, we're told the crew had to abandon that train and get out, and you can see just how close the flames are. And we were talking to our Scott Moulton, our photojournalist, who's actually right there on the scene, and he said they're asking for a manifest. Investigators and fire crews want to know what's on that train because they want to make sure that there's nothing explosive or any dangerous chemicals. And now we've got this smoke advisory, Josh.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what we're seeing here. And we're seeing all these kinds of images of what this fire looks like from all different points of view, from the Inland Empire side and then, of course, from the high desert as well. So we are monitoring our social media feeds here. I want to show you one picture. We'll go to that full screen first, and then I'm going to show you some of these tweets that are coming in. This is from the San Bernardino County Fire and the view from their airship and what it is like. Wow. Look at how difficult it is to fight these flames. We were talking about how these airships have to just go right around the outskirts of that fire to do those precision drops and to monitor what's going on because of the visibility and because of the high power transmission lines that are in the area there. Makes it an extremely difficult fight. Look at that image. All right, here's some other shots coming in. This from Katie, and of course she says the best thoughts with firefighters. Let me put that into motion. You can see we don't recommend you do this, taking pictures while you're driving, but she's put this up on Twitter, these pictures of what it looked like there from the freeway. Presumably she was able to get past where those flames are. Of course, they shut the freeway down. And this is from Daryl, what it's like to fight the fire there. And let's talk a little bit about that smoke advisory. This from the AQMD here right now, that we are seeing that a smoke advisory has been issued. Here we go again with smoke now moving into the high desert. The wind's coming from the south, pushing to the north right now, and that smoke plume causing issues for folks that live in Apple Valley, Victorville, Phelan, all on that north side up into the high desert. We had to deal with it with the pilot fire. Now we're dealing with it with this fire. And again, this is just the very beginning. Red flag warnings are in effect. Juan, Sandra, we go back to that shot from Sky 9. You can see how fast things are moving. And of course, it ups the ante. We talk about that train, that freight train now, that is at a standstill right along the 15 freeway there, potentially in the line of this fire, creating what could be more hazardous problems out there. We see what is happening there on the lines and how difficult it is going to be for CHP to get those cars that are trapped on the 15 turned around and off the freeway.
I was seeing somebody on social media just post that the trip to Victorville was canceled due to safety first. He's not going to go through this area. He's going to definitely give it a try another day. Now, if you're looking for a place to go, the Red Cross has set up a shelter. It's at the Jesse Turner Community Center. It's located on Summit Avenue. It's in Fontana. If you need a place to go, they'll have air conditioning there. They'll have something for you to drink and somewhere safe to wait it out while firefighters try to get the upper hand on this. But as you see with the intensity of the flames, the heavy smoke, this is not an easy task, so much so that 2 engine crews had to abandon their fire vehicles and run to safety, hanging out with some residents while this fire moved through. So a very dangerous situation. We're also seeing that freight train, that cargo train that was shut it down, basically left there in its tracks. The flames get very, very close. So that is a good thing that at least it stopped where it is there and the train seems to be okay for now.
Yeah, we think everybody's off that train, but look at the flames right now. I think this train is about to go up in flames. If you're just joining us, this is KCAL9 News at noon. Extended live coverage right now.